Hey guys, welcome to the West versus East NFL Showdown Week 6 for the 2017 season. I'm your host, Johnny H. Coming to you from Prestonburg, Kentucky on vacation. Yep, no Big Time Mike this week. Next week's episode, Week 7, I will be back. We will be back on location where we usually shoot, and we will be both together as we usually are. So, let's talk about last week real quick. Week 5, I went 13-1. Thank you, Pittsburgh Steelers, for ruining my undefeated week. Y'all got whooped by the Jaguars. But it was what it was. I went 13-1, and Big Time Mike went 6-8, one game shy of 500. You almost got it, Mike. You almost did. Putting my total for the year, my overall total, to 51-26. That's pretty damn impressive. And Mike is at 35-42, almost at 500. So I am up 16 games on Big Time Mike going into this week. 16. Is this starting to become a runaway? It sure looks like it to me. But only time will tell. Big Time Mike is pretty resistant and resilient. So, yeah, man. He's going to try. But I keep telling him, no Browns, no 49ers. You're giving me free wins. I mean, to be honest with you. So, that was the results from last week. Now, I'm filming in the hotel room because being in Prestonsburg, Kentucky, I'm on the mountain. There is literally nothing around me. Nothing. I wanted to film outside. I liked filming on the campus of L-Tri-C last week, but this week, no. This week is either the mountain or the road. Or poolside. So, with no real good options, I am forced to do it in my hotel room with the pictures of the flowers behind me. It is what it is. So, let's get right into Week 6 action. Thursday Night Football puts the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to Carolina to play the Carolina Panthers. Now, I've been very high on the Panthers this season, and the Eagles have been playing really well, so this should be one hell of a game. I'm going with the Carolina Panthers. Big Time Mike went with his Philadelphia Eagles, and I went with the Panthers because the Eagles have to come to Carolina. So I'm hoping that home field advantage will give them a slight edge. This should be a really good game. Carolina shown that they can score points when need to. I mean, heck, they kept up with New England. And the Eagles have done the same thing. You know, Wentz has been hot this year. And even Cam Newton, now that he's getting healthy and his receivers have been in and out, he's still putting up numbers. Whether it's throwing to Kelvin Benjamin, whether it's throwing to Funchess. You know, on the flip side, the Eagles have had not really good running attack, so that might come into effect this game. But with that all said, I went with the Panthers. They're at home. If this was in Philadelphia, I would take the Eagles. But it's in Carolina, so I'm going with the Panthers. Okay, the first 1 o'clock game I'm going to cover is the Dolphins against the Falcons. And this should be a pretty easy pick. I went with the Falcons here. Big Time Mike also went with the Falcons here. I mean, to just put it realistically, the Dolphins they're struggling. AJ Ajayi, I don't know if he's playing hurt or he's just not having a good year with that O-line. Cutler is just Cutler. He's inconsistent, so that offense is struggling. And the Falcons just have a better team, offense and defense, so it's kind of a no-brainer why we both picked the Falcons on this one. Chicago Bears versus the Baltimore Ravens, and this game could kind of be classified as the same as the Dolphins and Falcons game. The Bears are rebuilding. They're finally starting Mitch Trubisky. He has no receivers. All this stuff has been said before. And then you have the Ravens. They're a team also struggling. Starting running back goes down. Buck Allen's not playing bad. Macklin, the only receiver. I mean, we're saying the same thing every week because, quite frankly, nothing's changing with this team. So, but in the end, the defense of the Ravens, I think, should hold up and keep the Bears offense in line. So I took the Ravens. Bigtime Mike took the Ravens as well. So, and that's why, basically, at least that's how I see it anyways. I can't speak for Mikey. Cleveland Browns at the Houston Texans. I don't know. I'd like to say this could be a good game, but I don't think it will be. But before I get into why, I'm going to say right off the bat, I picked the Houston Texans, and surprisingly, I believe this is the first time this year Big Time Mike has not picked the Browns. Big Time Mike picked the Houston Texans. You're finally listening to me, man. Yeah! Good job! If you can't beat them, join them, right? But anyways, I don't know. The Browns don't even know who their quarterback is. Is it Kevin Hogan? Is it Deshaun Kaiser? I mean, come on. Really? And that's going to affect the offense. Whereas you have the Houston Texans, Deshaun Watson has been an absolute monster this year for them. He's just been a monster. And the defense is no slouch itself. You have a team in Cleveland who's trying to find its own identity and quarterback. You got their star receiver hurt. Their starting running back. I don't want to say he's underachieving because I don't really think he's that good anyways. Crowell. I mean, Duke Johnson, in my opinion, should be the starter for that team. I mean, the Browns don't have a bad defense. I mean, shit. They really don't. I'm not going to lie about that. But they're just not ready yet. They're not ready to compete for anything except the toilet bowl. I mean, that's just the truth. They're going to get outmassed and outclassed by the Houston Texans, which is why I picked the Houston Texans. And I'm pretty sure Big Time Mike just took the Texans just so he wouldn't have to hear me say, don't do it again this week. Next up, the Green Bay Packers are traveling to Minnesota to play the Minnesota Vikings. This is just another one of those matchups that this just looks like it's going to be super one-sided. I mean, come on. This week is terrible so far with matchups. Before I start, I'm going to say I took the Packers, and Big Time Mike took the Packers as well. And it's pretty common sense as to why we took the Packers. I mean, let's take a look at the Vikings. You lose Dalvin Cook. Your running game is suffering big time. I mean, that's what it is. You lose Sam Bradford. Your passing game did good 1 week. 1 week, Case Keenum did well. Oh my goodness. Teddy Bridgewater, they're about to reevaluate him. And if he can play soon, he better. Because the Vikings need help. It is such a shame that the Vikings defense has to suffer because of the offense. It really is. It is a shame Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, and Kyle Rudolph have to suffer because of this offense. It's a sad state of affairs in Minnesota. Sammy Band-Aid got hurt again. And that's that. I mean, the Packers should steamroll the Vikings, to be honest with you. They have a sketchy defense, and that defense will still keep Minnesota in check. Aaron Rodgers will overcome that Vikings defense because there's only so many times with 3 and outs that the Vikings offense are going to have that the Packers aren't going to score. This is plain and simple. Green Bay should win this game. Up next, the Detroit Lions play the New Orleans Saints. This is a tricky matchup because to me, the Saints seem to be trending up and the Lions are either leveling off or trending down. I haven't quite decided on that yet. Now, I went with the New Orleans Saints in this matchup. Bigtime Mike went with the Detroit Lions in this matchup. And like I said, this is a real tricky matchup. I think it's going to be a high-scoring matchup. The Saints' defense is very sketchy. It's been that way for years. Everybody knows that. Matt Stafford has already proven in a shootout he can shoot, guns blazing. Drew Brees has proven the same thing. The Lions don't have a bad defense. I don't know if it's good enough to really contain the Saints' offense and Drew Brees all game. I don't know about that. As far as offensive weapons go, I think the Saints might have the upper hand on that slightly, whereas defense, easily the Lions have a better defense. I mean, this could go either way. This was one of those picks, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I'm up 16 games on Big Time Mike. This was one of those, hey, what the hell, I'm going to gamble. And Big Time Mike wants to go, this is my firework upset pick. Well, here you go. Here's mine. You know, here's my fireworks pick. Just because I'm up 16 games, I'm going to go with an upset. So that's my thinking behind this game. I think the Saints will outshoot the Lions. And that's that. Next up, the 3-2 Patriots are playing the 3-2 Jets. Yes, that's right. I said it. The 3-2 Jets. Whoever would have thought that the New York Jets would be 3-2 this year? That is a great start for them. Is it overachieving? Yeah, probably. But you know what? Jets fans don't have much to be happy about. So I'm not going to steal this from them. Not at all. Enjoy it, guys. Enjoy it because who knows how long it could last. In this game, I went with the New England Patriots, and Big Time Mike went with the New York Jets. He seems to think, Big Time Mike that is, that the Jets are at home. They're going to upset the Patriots. Granted, Tom Brady does have some issues with his shoulder, but at the same time, this is the New York Jets we're talking about. Okay, Powell, their running back, is only going to get you those yards every once in a while. He's not going to kill it every game. All right? Which means Josh McCown is going to have to step it up. If Josh McCown gets into a shootout with Tom Brady, then Josh McCown will lose. It's that simple. Brady is the master, commander, and chief of the New England Patriots. Okay, the Patriots never relied on defense. It's always been that quick strike offense led by Tom Brady. And in the end, I just don't think that defense that the Jets have are going to be able to stop it. And the offense of the Jets, as shaky as it is, they're not going to be able to keep up with Tom Brady. It's just that simple. Jets fans, you're 3-2, and that's awesome. I am so happy for you guys. You guys are playing well above expectations. But it ends this week. This week you go 3-3, and that's that. Patriots got this one. It's time for the last 1 o'clock game. The San Francisco 49ers travel to Washington, D.C. to play the Washington Redskins. The quest for 0-16 continues. And we have had some close ones, the 49ers have. I'm talking about the Rams, the Cardinals, the Colts. all winnable games for them. See, the 49ers just can't seem to close out games. They can stick with the bad teams. They just can't close them out, which is why I'm taking the Washington Redskins. Big time. Mike, on the other hand, again, is taking the San Francisco 49ers. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's only going to result in heartache. Trust me. I know. Okay? Kirk Cousins, you are auditioning. You are auditioning, buddy, for the starting job of the San Francisco 49ers next season. This is it. An up-close and personal look. Kyle Shanahan already knows what you can do. Now it's time for the rest of the coaching staff and everybody else to check it out. So, you better hit Jordan Reed. You better hit Terrell Pryor. You better throw the ball to Thompson. Do what you take to be lights out and blow them away to cement your status as the San Francisco 49ers quarterback. Because you know that Niners defense, it is improved, especially against the run. It's not great, but it's improved. That defense is not going to stop your passing. That's flat out simple. They're not. Now on the flip side, San Francisco, Brian Hoyer, you are about the most average quarterback, bordering below average, that I have ever seen. You're not the worst quarterback to ever put on a 49ers uniform. I think that honor goes to JT. Just turn it over. JT O'Sullivan. That honor goes to him. Boy, was he terrible. Oh my goodness. But at the same time, you're not the answer. And I want to see what CJ Beathard can do. Put the rookie in. I want to see what he can do. And on the flip side of that, Carlos Hyde, step it up. I don't like you as a player. I haven't liked you. I've said it many times. They should have never got rid of Frank Gore. But guess what? They did. And you're not holding up your end of the bargain. Put up or shut up, man. Put up or shut up. You got two rookies behind you wanting that spot. So do something. Don't just go off when you wear the black jerseys. Pierre Garçon, he's doing great. He's the only one catching the ball. No one else is catching the ball on that offense. None. I can't put it all on Hoyer, which is another reason why I'm picking the Redskins in this. If you can't move the ball, you can't win the game. It's that simple. Washington defense, you're chomping at the bit. They're going to have a field day. So that's why I'm taking the Redskins all day. I'm going to get into the 4 o'clock games now. The first being the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Arizona Cardinals. Oh my goodness. The Arizona Cardinals, they are just one disaster after another. Their running game is in shambles. Whereas the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I don't see any problems with them. That's why I went with the Buccaneers, and that's probably why Bigtime Mike went with the Buccaneers too. The Arizona Cardinals just traded for A.J. Peterson and cut Chris Johnson because Chris Johnson just wasn't doing it for him. He was terrible. He averaged like 2.5 yards a carry. That's terrible. Now, I don't know what they expect from Adrian Peterson or how they're going to use him right now just because it's his first week with Arizona and it's a crowded backfield. I heard he's just going to be used on third downs. But Adrian Peterson's never really been a good third down back, so that doesn't make sense. So if you do that and you're going to rely on Ellington, you better hope he can pull the weight because Carson Palmer has looked so shaky this year. Oh my goodness. He should have hung it up last year. I'm just going to say that right now, and I'm a Carson Palmer fan. And Fitzgerald is the only one, really, that's having any type of success in this offense. J.J. Nelson started out great. Not doing anything the last couple weeks. Brown's in and out because of injuries, John Brown. And that defense, that ferocious defense. What happened? Sure, what happened? And you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the young guys on the block, trying to keep up with the Carolina Panthers and the rest of that division. Jameis Winston, play consistent, buddy. If you play consistent, you'll win. I have no doubt about that. You have the tools. Mike Evans and Deshaun Jackson. You have the tools to succeed. Cameron Brate, you love him at the tight end position. You don't really throw to O.J. Howard, but he's there. You have the tools. Do this. And the Tampa Bay defense should be able to handle the slow-paced, turnover-heavy, 3-and-out Arizona Cardinals offense, which is why we both probably picked the Buccaneers. It's kind of a no-brainer. Now watch I say that and the Bucs lose. Los Angeles Rams versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Up next. Before I start, I'm going to just say right off the bat, I'm taking the Jacksonville Jaguars. Big Time Mike took the Los Angeles Rams. And I took the Jaguars for one simple reason. It's the Los Angeles Rams. Okay, who have they beat? Who have they beat? They beat nobody this year. They have not beat a single good team this year. Guess what? They're playing a good team this year. And I have underestimated Jacksonville all season. That defense is freaking ferocious. I realize that now. I really do. That defense is ferocious. I had my, Jacksonville, they stunk for years, blinders on. Well, guess what? They off now. I'm seeing them for what they are. A freaking defense full of monsters. Blake Bortles is a shaky quarterback. Yes, he is. He does have the weapons, and he does have Leonard Fournette to get the job done. Whereas the Rams, all they are Todd Gurley. Jared Goff is average. He has no one really to throw the ball to. So what do? You stop Gurley, and you make Goff beat you. It's a simple strategy to beat the Rams. The Rams defense is good. It's not great, but it's good. But it's not going to be enough. The Jaguars are playing freaking amazing so far, okay? And I just don't see the Rams beating them. They're not going to go into Jacksonville and beat them. It's just not going to happen. Big Time Mike, I'm sorry, man, but you picked the wrong team here. I'm just going to call it out right now. Jaguars all the way, bro. Next up, the Pittsburgh Steelers travel to Kansas to play the Kansas City Chiefs. What is going on with the Steelers? Seriously. 1 week they win, the next week they lose. They are looking so shaky right now. Ben Roethlisberger throwing a career-high 5 interceptions last week against the Jaguars. What is going on in Pittsburgh? And then you have the Chiefs. Undefeated. Only undefeated team left in the NFL. Killing it. Absolutely killing it so far. I mean, that's why I went with the Kansas City Chiefs. Big Time Mike went with the Kansas City Chiefs as well. Pittsburgh needs to play better. They need no turnovers. Do I think if they play a turnover-free game, they're going to beat the Chiefs? No, but they're going to at least keep it close, and it won't be an embarrassment like it was last week against Jacksonville. Only game I got wrong. Thanks, Ben Roethlisberger. Thanks. I mean, Alex Smith, he's not turning the ball over. Nobody in Kansas City is turning the ball over. Kareem Hunt he's been a beast. He's not only been in talks for Rookie of the Year, but MVP. Alex Smith as well. You know, they seem to be getting away from passing and focusing more on rushing, but that's okay. Whatever gets the job done. And that defense is playing lights out. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, do you even have a defense? I mean, really? What happened to that defense? Hell, what happened to that offense? The Steelers, you have too many weapons on offense to be playing this poorly, okay? Wake up. Wake up. Don't do it this week because I picked the Chiefs. Do it next week. But wake up. You're not playing as good as you should. You're not that bad of a team. Wake up. Kansas City, keep on rolling, man. You're looking like the cream of the crop of the AFC. See what happens come playoff time, but keep on rolling, Kansas City. In the final 4 o'clock game, we have the Los Angeles Chargers going to Oakland to play the Oakland Raiders. And this is a really, really interesting game because of the Derek Carr situation. The Derek Carr situation is the reason why I'm taking the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, on the flip side, Bigtime Mike is rolling the dice, and he's going with the Oakland Raiders. Now, why did I take the Chargers? This is going to be Derek Carr's first game back after he hurt his back. I think Carr's coming back too soon, and I think it's going to show this game. Bigtime Mike might not think that, but I think that Carr's coming back too soon. They're rushing it, and it's going to affect his gameplay. Amari Cooper is not playing very well. Not at all. Okay, that defense is really going to have to step up and stop the Chargers' offense. I mean, with Carr's status, if he doesn't play well, it's going to help the Chargers' defense. So, I mean, the defense could be taken care of there. Phillip Rivers needs to be on point to put that defense in a situation to make Carr have to pass the ball. And I just don't know if he's going to do it. I'm fully expecting to see E.J. Manuel in this game at some point. And I think they're just rushing Carr back way too soon. That's why I took the Chargers. It's time for the Sunday night football matchup, putting the New York Football Giants against the Denver Broncos. I really, honestly, truly, sincerely feel sorry for Giants fans, as well as the New York Giants organization. You have one game last week where all 3 starting receivers got injured. Odell Beckham Jr., Brandon Marshall, and Shepard. And the sad part is, Beckham Jr. and Marshall, done for the season. Finished. Finito. On top of that, the Giants aren't really known for their running attack. That's why I took the Broncos. And that's why Bigtime Mike probably took the Broncos. I mean, yeah, Trevor Siemian started off hot. He started off smoking. And he has cooled down and come back down to earth. Bigtime Mike called that. Called that, buddy. And the defense isn't as good as it used to be. But come on. A receiverless and running backless Giants. And on top of that, with no O-line, man, the Broncos could probably put their backups in and beat the Giants starters at this point. Their defense. Don't make any mistakes, Simeon. Don't make any mistakes. Offense for the Broncos. You got this game. It's money in the bank for you guys. So that's why we took the Broncos. And I am speaking for you, Bigtime Mike, on that one, because I'm pretty sure that's why you took the Broncos too. It's time for some Monday Night Football, putting the Indianapolis Colts against the Tennessee Titans. How in the world is this a Monday Night Football matchup? What were you thinking, NFL? Your schedule makers are terrible. Terrible. This game shouldn't even be Sunday Night Football. Unbelievable. You have an Andrew Luckless Colts against a possible Marcus Mariota-less Titans. And I'm going to get into that in a little bit. I took the Indianapolis Colts on this. And Bigtime Mike took the Indianapolis Colts too. Why did I take the Colts? Because Marcus Mariota is a game-time decision. And to be honest with you, if he doesn't play, I have no faith in Matt Castle. No faith whatsoever. None. Jacoby Brissett proved he could win in New England. And He's proved he could win in Indianapolis. So, yeah, it was against the 49ers, but still, he proved he could win. And as long as Marcus Mariota doesn't play and Jacoby Brissett doesn't turn the ball over, the defenseless Colts should be able to win, because you take Mariota out of that Tennessee offense, you have no Tennessee offense. Stop the run. Make Matt Castle beat you. Give him the Case Keenum treatment. Okay? Because you take Mariota away. Corey Davis is already hurt. That means just focus on Delaney Walker. Double cover him. There you go. Double cover him. Stuff the line. Stop the run. This game rides on Mariota if he plays or not. I'm taking the gamble, and I'm so glad Big Time Mike took the Colts, because I thought for sure he would take the Titans, because Mariota's a game-time decision. He hasn't been ruled out. But I just think that Mariota's not going to play. I just have that feeling. I went with the Colts. It paid off, because Big Time Mike went with the Colts too. So no matter what happens, win or lose, it's an even matchup. We both take the win. We both take the loss. So, thank you, Big Time Mike, for taking the Colts too. All right, that's it. This wraps up West versus East NFL Challenge, Week 6 of the 2017 NFL season. Sorry, once again, I had to be shot in my hotel room, because as I showed you before, literally there's nowhere around this place to shoot. Nowhere. I mean, the lighting sucks in this room. Apologize for that. Next week will be our normal routine. Vacation over. I'll be back shooting on location with Big Time Mike. I miss you, brother. The show is fun doing it by myself, but it's definitely not nearly as fun or entertaining when I do it with you. So, see you next week, buddy. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Share, do whatever you can. It's really, really greatly appreciated. And with that said, here's to another great week of NFL action. Good luck to everybody's team. Thank you all for watching. Johnny H. out.